So how this project started, a lot of y'all have seen this. These are the characters from M.E.T.A.L. These are heavily influenced by Battle Los Angeles and District 9. I've always loved the military versus monster theme. So I started playing around with this a year ago, I'm guessing. So anyway, I had these fun characters, and the idea originally was for them to be part of a game, which never really came to fruition, but I still like the concept of what the game was going to be. So designed all these little guys, all kind of different divisions, and then I had an idea for a project. It originally started for one of our Discordians or backers that has been really great. He's always sending stuff, so I said I'm going to do something for him. So took all the characters, I did a nice little collage. Now, this was originally for a blanket or a coffee mug, some kind of merchandise. I just really like this, support the armed forces, because we have a lot of backers and just fans of the games who have military husbands or spouses or whatnot. So we've never really done a support our troops type of thing, so I thought these characters would be perfect for it. So I designed this, but the final version of this was going to go on. I bought a bunch of cartridges, like Nintendo cartridges. So I wanted to put one of these on a cartridge, and I was going to put it in a shadow box and have like an NES one, an SNES one, and then maybe like a Game Boy, and they were going to be in a shadow box, all of them with this on it as if the game was actually released in the 90s. So I designed this, but then you're looking at, this is one of my first from start to finish characters. This is Lieutenant Major Johnson. Always loved this guy. This is the very first one designed. Actually came from a joke from one of the old Call of Duties. So I like this guy right here. And a huge amount of help, obviously, from Anthony. This is more his thing. I've always been attracted to this program, but it was just way smarter than I was. So Anthony was like, look, now's the time to learn it. We have access to the program. You have access to someone who can teach you, so let's just do it. And it took me a good amount of time, but I finally figured it out. So he helped me design these characters. So I'm going to show you some of the ones I came up with. So that's Lieutenant Major Johnson. Then we have our medic, our heavily armed medic. Our recon. And he has a little drone, but I didn't open that one up too, but he has a little drone that he walks with. Our pilot, I like this one a lot too. Simple design, but I just really like this character. Little GoPro on our head. Our sniper. Finally, our SWAT. Now, what I wanted to do with these, I had the idea. I wanted, around my office I have a lot of candle holders and lamps and stuff, so I wanted to do something with a lamp at first, and that idea evolved where I wanted to do like a couple of these characters standing guard around some kind of a tea light holder, some kind of a candle, and ended up coming up with this design here, which I love. So there's the character. What you do is you can remove him, and a tea light would go here. But when you don't, because this pops out, when you don't have the tea light in it, you're looking at the character, which again would be one piece, but you could see it would be this whole drone that would sit there, and of course you'd have a couple of little guys that would stand in front of it, however you want to place them. And if you don't want the tea light, you just keep your guy in there. Anyway, I thought this project was really cool. I would need some serious help, or will need, if I'm going to go any further with this. I need some serious help to design this drone, because it's not just enough to design it in ZBrush. If I'm going to print it, like Anthony was explaining, you got to hollow it out, and it's got to be several parts so it can be printed. So I'd have to print it, then clean it, then cast it, then replicate it, then mold it and paint it. So it's a lot of steps, but I did one I wanted to share with y'all. Okay, so here is the result. This whole thing was the whole point of starting these characters. This is Lieutenant Major Johnson. Really like him. Now when we cast him, it's a white resin. It just comes out solid white, so I wanted to paint it. And again, this too, I don't really paint minis or paint figures, so this for me was an extremely painful process. First, I was using the wrong kind of paints. They were airbrushed, they were too thin. But after some time, I ended up figuring out, after talking to Anthony and watching a few videos, figured out a better way to do it. So this is the result. I'm very happy with it. He's pretty close to the original colors. I had to make some choices once I got it on the figure. Some of the artwork colors didn't really work well with him, but he still has the same look. And then you can see here, this was an old, I think, golf cartridge. And in fact, went down to like a game exchange, ended up buying that, peeled off the label, and then put this new one on there. And so now that will be bracketed there, this will be there, and this will be going to Oats, which by now he probably has it. So I just wanted to share this process because this will be leaving my possession and I'll never have it again. So I'm gonna miss it. So Oats, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, y'all.